Today is May 3rd, 2025. I'm up here in the former Iron Gate Reservoir. That would be the Klamath River, and this is where Camp Creek comes in. It's been a while since I've been able to get up here. We had rain last weekend, we had rain last night. So I figured I would come up and kind of see what things were looking like. It's still cold today. We had thunderstorms yesterday. So I figured I'd kind of come up and see what things were looking like. Like I said, I've been trying to get up here before, but the weather and just too many things going on. Not quite sure what they were doing there. That looks like that's been dug up or something. Actually, there looks like there's a couple of those. Sorry if I'm going too fast. Kind of looks like that might be another area where the dirt was disturbed. You can see though that it looks still pretty cracked. If you look down in here, you can see that they've been down in the bottom. Not sure what they're doing, but there's tracks down there. There's a pretty good set of tracks all down the bottom right here. Nice little road. That would be Camp Creek. But you can see tracks all over on both sides, actually, over there as well. So I don't know what they're doing down here. Not quite sure what that nice green patch is there. Maybe they're trying to plant something different. I don't know. I'm guessing. You can just tell it looks off from the rest of everything that's up here. It almost looks like can't tell what that is. Oh, sounds like there's another end dump coming. Out of respect for the truckers up here, I'm not going to video who's up here. Everybody's earning a living. But they're coming in with rock, bigger rock. They're going out empty. I'm sure at some point as I make it around, I'll see where they're dumping it at or where it's going. So anyways, that's what it's looking like right here. I'm going to continue on up around the bend. That would be looking down Camp Creek towards the Klamath River. It is windy up here, so I apologize if you hear the wind. Some green trying to grow. Not sure what's trying to grow. You can see though there's a lot that's still, I don't know what you call it, cracking. Zoom out. This would be Camp Creek. This is looking up Camp Creek. And those would be the trees that they've been placing in the creeks. definitely see tracks here in the bottom. It's one of the end dumps over there going up somewhere. I'm sure I'll cross their path somewhere. This is what it's looking like. I am going to go ahead and go on up. So I'm further up Camp Creek. Up in that draw is where Scotch Creek comes in. And over in that draw is where Camp Creek comes in. You can still see all the logs that they've brought in for this project, but they're still sitting up there. Some of them they did place in this creek last year. I know I've gotten lots of videos and pictures of them. But you can see there's stuff growing up here right now in patches. That's what it's looking like up here right now. I'm gonna go on up a little bit further. Kind of zoom in, see what it's looking like from here. Sorry if it's not focusing, it tends to focus on something else that's closer. Pause it. Actually, it kind of looks like something's been in there. You can see the tracks or something right there. I'm gonna pause it. So I'm a little farther up Camp Creek. Not quite sure. It looks like that was another dig area. This is kind of what it's looking like today. I can see lots of tracks. They've definitely been up here and around. Not sure what they're working on up here, but still seeing some of the trees that they placed in last year. And that would be the way to Camp Creek, where Camp Creek comes in at. On this side through the trees is where Scotch Creek comes in. Gotta get my bearings again, I'm zoomed in. And you can see those are all the trees that they have yet to place. Not sure where they plan on putting all those. But those are all the trees that cost at least $2 grand a piece, at least, for this project. You can kind of see the ground, like I said, is still all kind of cracked. And that would be Camp Creek. You can see the cracks pretty good on this side and closer. So I just kind of want to show everybody what things actually look like, because I know that there's pictures and videos that are put out there that make things look better than what they really are. So this is my way to document of like what things look like, good or bad, take it however you will. But this is my way of showing everybody kind of what's actually going on up here. I try not to sugarcoat, I just show it how it is. Alright, so I'm going to pause it and I'm going to go up a little bit further. So this is up a little bit further. It actually smells kind of good right here. And those trees are what they placed in Camp Creek. That's where Camp Creek comes in, and over here is Scotch Creek. I'm gonna go on up and see if I can get a better picture. But while I'm right here, you can see that they've been doing something right here. This is where they've must be going up and down. And that would be Scotch Creek right there. You can kind of see right there. Anyways, I'm gonna pause and go on up.